We already saw a little bit of the Twilight-covered Hyrule, or Faron Woods, earlier in the cutscene where we turned into a wolf. But now we get to see it in all of its glory. It is so beautiful. It's kind of not how a shield works, Midna. You're supposed to be able to see whenever you swing a dangerous weapon around. It's like the part in Django Unchained. Doesn't matter if you can see. What matters is if the horse can see. That's our raid. Some things. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? I hope you listened to that part just now, because Midna hums her own theme song there. Another lovely little detail. Oh, I love how this game looks so much. People say this game has too much bloom, but I don't even care. This bloom is great. It is bloomin' awesome. And now I'm in the mood for a bloomin' onion from Outback. Darn it, brain. Oh hey, another missing though. Clearly I will take out a Master Ball to catch it. This seems like it could be problematic. These characters sort of have a resemblance to Majora's Mask. First in that they are masks, and second because they seem to have tendrils behind them. A lot like Majora does in the final fight. She just abandons us! Midna, come back! I can't defeat all these guys on my own. Even though, logically speaking, I should have just done so just then, but the game won't let me because it's going to teach me something. Can we do that again? We can at least do part of this again. These guys take off a heart of damage. That's kind of way too much at this point in the game. There is no way not to have 3 hearts here. You can't earn 5 heart pieces because this game requires 5 for each heart instead of 4, presumably so that it can make for a lot of dungeons and also plenty of side quests. But yeah, they take off a whole heart of damage. This is going back to what I was saying earlier whenever I say that the game is harder at the beginning than it is at the end. If only because it's way easier to die, not necessarily because the challenges themselves are any more difficult. The game is more puzzling later, I guess. That's the main thing. The combat doesn't get too much more intricate. I take that back. The combat becomes more intricate, but what you do with the combat does not become that much more challenging. Really, the woods have changed. I wouldn't have guessed. You are a spirit of light. Really, I wouldn't have guessed. So now we get a vessel of light from the spirit of light, crucial to collecting the tears of light. If you fill it with tears of light, you might be able to cut through the twilight and return light to this place. To see these evils that hold the tears of light, look through the twilight. The insects look like light. Seems like a light task. Scattered light. Light has to be in red text. So begins the first of a few Tears of Light segments, which are most people's least favorite part of this game and one of their least favorite things in Zelda, period. But I like these parts. I really do. Like I was saying earlier with Wolf Link, being able to see into people's thoughts, not exactly see into their thoughts, but hear what they're saying, despite them not being able to see him. Like a fly on the wall. You get to be introduced to elements of the story and new locations through this in, I think, a very cool way. And it's also super serene and relaxing. The atmosphere of this whole game is just beautiful to me. Even if it is just kind of a big bug hunt. Like the xenomorphs. Yep, it's a bug hunt. What better extermination service than an imp and her wolf? Maybe not a boy and her blob, or his blob. A boy and her blob. I wasn't trying to talk to you, I was trying to talk to him. Hey, nest head. The, whatever you would call these, light bugs. I don't know what they're officially called, I kind of wasn't paying enough attention. But the parasites in this land kind of look like the way that bed bugs look under a microscope. Maybe a microscope? Whenever you see pictures of bed bugs and other bugs online that are usually really small and then they're enhanced, usually they have this glow around them, and that's kind of what all the bugs in this game look like. Continuing forward. Hopefully I don't get caught up in a loading zone anytime soon. I'm not really... Oh, did I miss one? I think I missed one. Let me check. Yeah, I missed one. I'm not really one of the kind of people who dislikes scavenger hunts in games. Sometimes they can be super tedious. I don't think this is one of the times when it's really tedious. To me, this is just... Every bug to get is sort of a challenge. At least you have to kill the bug whenever you reach it. And then some are kind of out of reach and require a little bit of a puzzle to get to. And this is more evident later. This is just kind of showing you how this works. Also, this cave is really bright in the twilight. Hey, the entire forest is covered with poisonous gas. You know it's poisonous because it's purple, and everything purple with Nintendo is poison. So let's jump in! No, it's just sleeping gas. And then Midna yawns for 10 minutes. Clearly what we do is use more of Midna's powers, because that's about all we can do right now. Come on and fight me, bugs. Literal pests. Anti-pesto control. Pretty sure pesto is a spice. I think that's right. I'm uneducated in the field of food. I eat plenty of it, but I don't know anything about it. But whenever I said anti-pesto control, that was a quote reference to Wallace and Gromit: Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Except they don't get bugs in that game, they get rabbits. So I don't really understand I guess they're kind of also pests. These parts where you jump across a bunch of obstacles as Midna are really, really simple. And so maybe you could say that they're not a very inspired addition to the game. But you could also say that, like, the barrel blasts from Donkey Kong Country and the minecart levels are also really simple and aren't inspired, just because you know, you press a button and that's about all you do. But this is less challenging than any of those things. Jumping across obstacles with Midna could have probably been done better, but This game is not perfect by any means, but I think its imperfections are probably part of what gives it appeal to me. If a game was too perfect, then it might seem not so human anymore, if that makes sense. Not that I'm human anymore, I'm a wolf. Not Link, I am a wolf. I turned into one just while I was playing this. Yeah, now seems like a good time for some more shadow beasts. You always want to make sure that one is left standing. Or no, you always want to make sure not one is left standing. Kill the last two at once. It's even better whenever you can kill three at once. This move that Midna gave us, where we get this big range of attack, is so overpowered. But that's why it's awesome. This is a bridge. I hate this bridge. Just because it doesn't look like a bridge. It just looks like... Well, to me it looked like a kind of like a watchtower whenever I first saw it. Because my first thought whenever I see a bridge completely out of place in an environment where there's no bridges around, I don't think, that must be a bridge. I think it must be something else. Kind of like if you were to see, I don't know, a 400-foot apple, you wouldn't think, that's an apple, you would think it's like a statue of an apple. Although that's not really a valid comparison. Okay, final two Tears of Light. Tears are just falling out of my eyes with excitement. For me, these are tears of joy. For others who play this game, these are tears of sadness and despair. Do we get another one of those stupid flashing drops of water? I think we do. In a few moments. I don't know what's so great about a World of Light, Midna. I honestly don't. I wouldn't mind a world of perpetual Twilight, personally. It would be less variety, I guess, but... I tend to prefer the nighttime to the daytime. I don't like waking up in the morning. I don't like mornings. I like when everything is dark and quiet, and the sky is pretty. That's my idea of the perfect time of day. Now, he really is an @ symbol. Maybe he's backwards, but his name is Farron. At least he's in the Farron Woods, and it makes sense. Also, don't look up Farron on Google Images. I did that once. I was expecting either the woods or this light spirit to show up, and instead it just brought up pictures of promiscuous women. Apparently named Farron. Look at your awakened form. Oh hey, I have clothes now. That's nice. He's surprised about this, but he's not nearly as surprised at the news that is about to be revealed to him. Your name is Link. You are the hero chosen by the gods. And he's just like, okay. I guess this is my life now. This scene is a good one to have Link's name changed, because I remember playing through this game once with my friend, the same one who said that this guy looks like an @ sign, and he named Link Cow, so it's kind of awesome to see this big, you know, masterful being telling you, heroic cow, brave cow.